this wall behind me, I have to correct the angle of these stripes. I'm going to have to prime that out, and I'm going to have to try to claim a paint chip off of the wall so that I can go match that color at the paint store. The big problem is that whatever artist they had come and do these stripes, they didn't do it right. They picked an angle very similar to the right angle, but not the exact right angle. So a lot of things like this, although this one matches. I painted this wall right here. All right, look, I'm going to put my GoPro here, and this is way off. I don't know how guys can go around doing work like this, mounting a fire extinguisher, and do it so poorly. This is like, just on the short side, on the top, it's like a 1/4 inch low, 3/8. Either way, I'm going to set the camera there. You know, I walk over here, and I'm actually in a really dim spot in the building, so that means I really don't have to do that good of a job, but I'll do a really good job anyway. That's just how I am. I have such a beautiful job. That's why I want to share it with you. All right, and I need to get into the building. Oh, I painted that too. Go up and get my parking validated.
Hello, the door's open.
Oh, okay, thank you. Kind of did it. That's a handsome R. Yesterday I painted a thing right over here. How was that car noise too, by the way, while they went by? This mic should have rejected a lot of that sound. You can see that it looks kind of weird around the word west, like it's dipping, but it's not. The cinder blocks dip right there. Anyway, that's one coat of white on there. And then I gotta pick a different color for this. This zigzag shape, which you can kind of see the outline of. That's supposed to be a warm gray. Kind of at the bottom of the contrast level, you know, like it's almost white. It's less than halfway to black from white. It turns out I'm like the sign painting version of Adrian Monk. I can't handle when things are a little bit off like that. Maybe you know who Adrian Monk is, you know, from that TV show Monk. He was an obsessive compulsive murder investigator. Look at that beautiful van over there. I love it. I'm thinking maybe this will be better for me because it'll stop me from talking with my hands. Like, I don't need to be talking with my hands. I should be just talking with my talkers. You know, I have the caffeine in the morning and I get my talkers on and then I'm ready to talk. It really was like doing a painting. It feels almost exactly the same, especially when you get into the nitty-gritty of it. Once you get all the basics in place, once you get the background color done, and then maybe the background gets a little more complicated, and then you grab a third color, a fourth color that you weren't originally planning to use, and all the brushes are wet, and you're working too fast to wash the brushes out, and then you have that thought, you know what, for this color, I need that brush that's already wet in the other color, and you just give it a swishy swish in the water and dry it on a rag, and then you're right back into it in a different color with just the right brush. That's when it feels like an art project. But it is also work. Like in this case, this is a background for some printed signs that are coming on Monday. Today is Thursday. It's late in the day. Whenever I work in DC and then I'm going to head back to Baltimore, I always work past rush hour, because heading back during rush hour, it's just like you end up sitting in traffic. It means a little bit less time with my family, but I think I'll be able to spend a whole extra day at home this week with my family because I stayed late a couple of days in a row and I got this done. It's about time that I invest in some new brushes. My plan is that I'm going to go to some art stores and I'm just going to find art brushes that have the right texture. Most art brushes, you can't use a watercolor brush at all for sign painting. I've tried it. You want to get those artist brushes that are made for acrylic artists, acrylic paint-based artists. You want to go into the brush aisle and find the ones that are for acrylic painting. And you even want to try some of the ones that are meant for oil painting. You can use those too, as long as you just don't go back and forth. That truly messes a brush up. If anybody out there in YouTube land has any secret sources for good water-based acrylic house paint type of brushes for art, please drop me a line, okay? Put it in a comment, send me a message. Can you even do that on YouTube? I don't know if you can. Another great thing about a site like this is I have cellular service and I can do lives. So I got to do a couple of lives here. People watch them. In this case, I tagged the client and the client shared it. So that's kind of fun. It feels good. I know I didn't say a whole lot, but I have some really positive, life-affirming messages coming. So follow for more of that stuff. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm going to get deep soon. So like and subscribe. And now here's some random slow-mos from my drive to and fro. Wow. Hey, I never noticed that before. I'll like and subscribe. Thanks, I appreciate it.